The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. In that studio, good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day in Steuben County.
It is. A lot of people on the street.
It is. It's busy this morning.
Speaking of busy, you are a star in the media. I couldn't believe. First of all, I didn't expect to see you on Empire Report.
I didn't either.
So this is the big talk, and rightfully so. Tell us, you get a letter. Does it personally come to your desk from Letitia James?
Well, it's an email.
An email.
It says it's going to be followed up by a letter.
Okay.
So I haven't seen the letter yet. I've seen the email.
So tell us about the end of this agreement with ICE at 287G.
Well, they passed the executive law saying that after the enactment of it, no county can have contracts with within the 287G framework, and that anybody that does, they will be null and void August 25th.
Okay.
Now we receive a letter from the Attorney General's office saying we have to basically show proof of compliance that we've canceled that contract, and I'm confused as to why we would need to cancel something that's going to be null and void by executive law.
Right.
And obviously, it's already being challenged. The DOJ filed in Western New York challenging the anti-mask ban and all of those components of the law. I'd be very, very surprised if there's not a challenge from many counties as to the violation of home rule or alleged violation of home rule and other aspects of the executive law, which, again, I've publicly stated I believe to be overreaching. I believe that it diminishes our public safety and our ability to do the job that we're elected to do. Right. Sheriff Akshar had a really good answer to this last night. I saw it where in an interview, and his words were that it was the height of hypocrisy to have the ruling class say you can't enforce the law.
Exactly.
And by saying you're not above the law to not enforce the law, well, all we're doing is trying to enforce the law. And all the laws, not just the ones that are popular in Albany.
Well, that's what's confusing me, because Attorney General Letitia James says, my office is proud to stand up for the immigrant New Yorkers and prepared to hold anyone who violates our laws accountable. And then I go back to the beginning of that sentence, New York immigrants. I mean, right? You're talking about illegal immigration, hence the word illegal. I know that that's not a term that they always want you to use.
Right.
But so who's above the law? Governor Hochul had the similar. It just seems like the height of hypocrisy.
Well, it does, and that's what Sheriff Akshar was pretty vehement in. But again, let's go back to, we're talking about the enforcement of folks who have violated federal law and are here illegally.
Right.
Like it or not, that's what the job of ICE is.
Right.
Is to locate those folks and hold them accountable, get them into court, and get them adjudicated. And our state government is saying you can't do that in New York.
Right.
Well, how is that any different from Alabama in the 60s saying we're not going to segregate or we're not going to desegregate our schools?
That's a great point.
It's our state right to not do so. And Governor Hochul's saying it's our state right not to do this. And you know what spurs this? I get feeling bad for folks that are trying to make a living. I'm 100% with that. Let's get them in here legally, as they do on the farms.
Right.
They all have work visas. They have to show that, and they're here legally, and they're here helping us and working towards citizenship when they can. But this sudden notion that anyone who is here illegally is a protected class,
right?
It's baffling to me, and I'm a little bit suspicious, and I always look at where's the money and where's it going and where's it coming from, and what lobbyist is supporting this,
right?
And funding all of these votes.
That's a great point. Yes.
Whose advantage is it internationally to have open borders?
Yeah.
And whose advantage is it internationally to make sure that we make it as difficult as possible to remove those that have come in through open borders illegally?
Now, Governor Hochul said, again, to kind of just reiterate this, nobody's above the law in New York. We will not tolerate the diversion of local resources to federal civil immigration enforcement at the expense of public safety. I just find this to just be kind of generic talking points.
It is. It's political.
Because there's no
rhetoric.
substance in what she's saying, no accuracy in what she's saying.
Right, and then she said that many of these police departments are funded by state tax dollars.
Okay.
I mean, we do get grants,
Right?
Which is another interesting thing. So right now, to apply for federal grants, I have to show that we're in compliance with federal law,
Sure.
including cooperation with federal authorities. And now, as of this executive law, I have to show, in order to apply for state grants, that I'm in compliance with state guidelines and making sure that I'm not assisting federal authorities. So
Gets a little wonky. This is
well, and it's everything is tied to the money, and it's very disappointing, very frustrating.
I'm sure.
And when we say no one's above the law, let's do it.
Yeah.
I enforce
That's
the
your
law.
career.
That's what I do. I've enforced the laws of the state of New York and our local municipalities and federal laws for 38 years.
Right.
I know what my job is.
Right. And how long, we've talked about this in the past, it's not as if this all seems new, right? But you've worked with ICE for years. This is
Well, even their predecessors I worked with when I was here at Corning.
Yeah.
Border security has been a major part of this country since its inception. And I listen to folks say, well, all of our ancestors are immigrants. Yes. And they all came through ports of entry.
Right.
And they all came in legally. And then they strived to become citizens. That was their goal, was to become citizens so that we, sitting here now, can live the American dream.
Exactly. And I think in one of the millions of interviews I've seen you do this last no, but I think it was either an interview or it might have been in the past when we talked about it.
Right.
I think people overlook the safety aspect of ICE working with you. They just read the headlines what Hochul and Letitia James say, but there's a real big safety factor here.
Well, there is, and that was part of what I said the other day was, one of the big knocks on ICE is they don't have body cams.
Yeah.
And they're in unmarked cars. Well, guess what? When they team up with us, there's a body cam there.
Right.
And most times there's a marked car there.
Right.
So if you want to make sure that this is done safely, it's inherent that we combine with local law enforcement to do it, because ICE is not trained to do crowd control. They're not trained to do vehicle stops. We are. And when we team with them, when they're down here with legitimate people that they need to remove, it makes everyone safer. And for years, like my entire career, that's the way we've done it. And we've done it safely, and we've done it efficiently and effectively. And to now say, well, you can't because we don't like ICE. So you can't work with them. Well, that's just dumb.
It really is.
It's just counterintuitive. It's illogical.
And I know it was James Carville, of all people, who said that really abolish ICE is becoming like the pass to fund the police. I think we talked about that, but it really is. It's that talking point. But again, in New York State, it's tying the hands of law enforcement and coddling criminals.
Again, if you look at the detrimental changes to public safety in the last dozen years in our state, which makes it one of the worst states to live in, not only for taxes, but also for people leaving. We've seen a pretty major decline in population in Steuben County over the last census. When you combine all of that, you have to say, okay, what are we doing? And, I'm going to enforce the law and I'm going to follow the law.
Right.
I've never said I won't. At no time have I said that I'm not going to.
Right.
But I have questioned the legality of what's been passed. And if that's so frightening, maybe you should pass laws that aren't aren't unconstitutional.
And what's the time frame on this? Because you said there's going to be the DOJ's already essentially suing, for lack of a better word. And there's 12 counties involved. You think they'll kind of do a class action type?
Well, there's been talk of a suit of that nature.
Okay.
And right now, the proponents are waiting to see who's going to sign on and who's not. And it's most likely going to be challenged due to alleged violation of not only the federal Constitution but also the New York State Constitution. Again, home rule is a big part of this. And I referenced this the other day in one of the interviews. My good friend, Sheriff Figueroa in Ulster County, he's all about it. He wants to protect his immigrant population, and that works in Ulster County.
Right.
Steuben County's a different layout. What works here doesn't necessarily work there, and vice versa. But that's why we have county legislators.
Right.
And our legislators, when we entered into the 287G agreements, it was, I believe, only one no vote out of the entire legislature, because they understand the necessity to protect our folks and to be able to work. The 9/11 Commission, that was one of the biggest points that came out of that was
work together for
inability to communicate from federal to state to local makes us inherently weaker.
Yeah.
Our legislature understood that and voted for this, and it's worked well. Again, we've worked very well with them as a result of that, and I expect to continue working well with them. So, I'm never saying that we're not going to follow the law, because we are.
Right.
But questioning the law is not following it.
Exactly. And I was shocked to see the numbers, the cost too, the money that was coming. People don't realize that there was a benefit towards us, working with ICE.
Correct.
And that money's going to go away.
Yeah.
If right.
Yeah.
And what did I see? 130,000?
Yeah. Yeah. Already this year.
Just this year.
Yeah.
And I know everything else we're talking about is way more important. But let's get down to the brass tacks. $130,000, we could use it.
We can. And when we're applying for every grant we can to try and alleviate. For example, we applied yesterday for the COPS grant, federal COPS grant, which will pay, if we get it, which I think we have a pretty good shot at, it'll pay 70% of two new deputies.
Oh, that's great.
And the legislature just approved 2 new deputies. This would pay 70% of them for 3 years if we get that grant.
Yeah.
And again, that's the federal grant that I have to show that I am working with ICE in order to receive. So until August 25th, I guess I can
sneak that under.
I can say that. Yeah. But yeah, we just applied yesterday. But again, these price tags on everything in New York State, I was thinking that when we're talking about all the opposition to having to identify yourself to vote.
Right.
And how it's unfair to indigent people. Well, okay, let's make real IDs free.
Yeah.
In New York State.
Absolutely.
But
everything
no,
else is free.
That's another tax that we all have to pay. I mean, when you renew your license, it's not free.
No.
But it's a government service that you're paying for.
Yeah.
And if we really want to make it so that everybody has a chance to vote, well, let's make real IDs free through DMV.
Seems easy to me.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple comments and this is kind of a similar line that most people have been taking. Tell Sheriff Allard to go around Hochul. Just contact me and I'll call ICE. Problem solved. A little workaround there.
I like that.
But I do have a few people that ask similar questions. So can you, technically, this person asked, can you arrest an illegal alien if you were to call a report on that? And would you be able to respond, or would you be able to contact ICE, or how does that all work?
Right. So primarily, our interactions have been people that have already been arrested that show that they are wanted by the federal authorities for entering illegally, or that are wanted for deportation. And they show up in our system because of our agreement. And so then we contact them and we just facilitate a safe transfer of custody.
Okay.
That's what we've done primarily, and it's worked very, very well. And again, you're not releasing that person back into society, and you're also not making ICE go into a neighborhood to get them.
There you go.
It just makes sense. So, we're not doing one every day.
Right.
It's very infrequent, but it's a great tool to have in the toolbox when you need it.
Mark writes in, what are the consequences if you don't comply, if you just ignore this letter?
We don't know.
Okay. All right, good. There you go, Mark.
We don't know.
All right, and final comment before we go to break. This is from legislator Gary Gray, who says the best sheriff in New York State.
He's got an awful good sheriff over there in Schuyler County, too.
All right, perfect. We'll be right back. Keep those comments coming in. Frankly Speaking Roof Cam brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. A couple more quick comments for the sheriff. This is from legislator Gary Gray again. Unbelievable knowledge. He's off the cuff master. Is he up for re-election? Is Harry up for re-election? He's taking over the show here.
He is.
What's his website? Do you know? No. So we've been talking about ending the agreements with ICE, the 287G, which makes it so wonky. People's eyes glaze over. But, you need to know that. So what's the reaction been overall when people, other than the media, we know that. What's the reaction been?
It's been very positive. People see it again. I think people see it for what it is, and especially in this area, we're so tired and frustrated with these continuation of laws that come out of Albany that restrict our ability to be safe.
Yeah.
And if you look over the last dozen years, everything that's come this way from Albany has made us less safe, and it's just a continuing march of protecting criminals over victims, of demonizing police and law enforcement, the HALT Act and everything that went on with our correction officers. I mean, it was the worst year in the history of the state for corrections, and there's nothing that came out of Albany to support them, to alleviate the pressures they feel, to make their job safer. Nothing.
No. And we could talk about that. I don't want to get on the tangent of raise the age, which is so heartbreaking to me. The stories, especially I read the New York Post a lot. And
look at over the 4th of July weekend in Buffalo and Rochester.
Yeah. But I do want to kind of tie this in with something we were talking about earlier in the program. Bruce Blakeman running for governor, and you've got his lieutenant governor Hood. So they've been very outspoken, obviously, on public safety. And if you look at Nassau County and Blakeman specifically, he's been working with ICE. He's got an amazing track record there. Is this a little bit of this anyway? Hochul scared, just like with the matching funds. Is there something in the back of her head where she just wants to keep attacking Blakeman because she's that scared?
Well, I think if you look at her statement, no county executive and no sheriff, well, that's Bruce Blakeman and Todd Hood.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think just that statement itself tells you where this is dovetailed for.
And that's what's so funny about it, because she acts as if she doesn't have a care in the world. They're just tying it with Trump. Boy, they're doing a lot of things to go after Blakeman.
Well, I think she's legitimately worried.
I do too.
And, people are fed up.
Yes, simple as that. And look how good Lee Zeldin did running on public safety. It hasn't gotten, like you said, to your point, it hasn't gotten better.
No, there's been no adjustments or course corrections.
Comment from Fred. He writes in, good morning, Frank and Sheriff Allard. Well, good morning. One thing that will likely happen if you ignore the Attorney General letter is that you will be reelected. Keep up the good work. That's a fair point.
Sounds like I'm being threatened there. I don't know.
Oh, that's funny. Well, we got a lot of other things. Let's change it up, because this is a tough topic.
It is. It is a tough topic, and I've agonized over it because, at what point does the tipping point occur?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So that's why it's really tough to segue into the Steuben County Fair. How do I do this?
Oldest continual fair, county fair in the United States.
But I was thinking, that's coming right up.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it really is. Where did the summer go?
I know.
We're already talking. Someone asked me this morning.
We're almost into August.
Am I gonna do the booth again? Because I love doing the booth.
Right.
I just want to see the pig races. You know that. Love the pig races. But are you guys all prepared? You'll be there from Monday, August 17th through Sunday, August 23rd, right?
Yep. And we'll have a deputy correction officer in the booth at all times in the security booth. Plus, we have people roving around through. I'll be there, and I'm going to wear my new Stetson.
Oh, you got a new Stetson?
I got a new Stetson when I was at the National Sheriff's Conference.
Okay.
And a lot of people up in the town of Wayne have already seen it. But I'm going to wear that as I walk around the county fair. You'll see it.
So for our August interview, you got to wear it into the studio.
I can do that.
We got to see that.
I can do that.
But this is going with just all that you do at the fair. I think it's a great interaction. It's kind of like when we talk about actually when the school resource officers, where because we have, as we've been talking about all morning, we have at the higher levels not always talking the best about police, not always talking the best about. So when you get to interact, it changes people's perceptions pretty quick.
It
especially
does,
if you're wearing a Stetson.
we're so very, very incredibly blessed in this area, especially here in Steuben County. We're incredibly blessed that we're still a place that appreciates law enforcement and respects law enforcement and supports law enforcement. I can't tell you how much it validates what I do when I get to meet folks out on the street, and of course I get a big smile usually because I'm greeting them with a smile. But they say, "Hey, keep doing what you're doing, Sheriff. We're 100% behind you," and they'll ask about either the people they've interacted with or the stories that they've read. For example, the deputy that got injured making an arrest of a robbery suspect a week ago. I've had a ton of people say, "Is she okay? Is that person okay?"
Yeah, they follow it. And I've got to say, I know I mentioned this numerous times on the show, but the app, I think, opens up people to understanding a little bit more of what you do. Because it's not just about updating on the arrest, but you have the notifications where you see what's going on, just like your newsletter.
Yes.
That's why I like the newsletter so much. You know what? I hadn't heard, I don't think we've talked about this. How did the run go?
The run went good. We ended up with 124 participants.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we were a little nervous at first, but I can't say enough for, and actually I sent out thank you letters yesterday to Don Berlew at Watkins Glen International and Sheila Sutton with Wine Glass.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it without them.
There's
just no way. And when the two of those team up, holy moly, it's a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah.
They know exactly what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, how it needs to be done, and any successes due to those two ladies.
They're pros. So that's a really good turnout. Everybody finished?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I walked it.
You walked? Oh, okay. All right. That's a tough one.
I walked it with my wife and my grandkids.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Because all up at the track.
It was.
But it wasn't just around the track.
No. So the Porsche Club was running, and we walked. It was under a couple of tunnels, up through the woods, across the field, and back. And it was, the coolest part was the ending. You pop out of the woods and you see the whole track in front of you.
Oh, that is cool.
And you see the cars going around, and my grandson thought it was cool as anything.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then my granddaughter said, "I can see the finish," and she took off running.
Then she's being timed.
Yes, she beat us all.
But that's great. And so is this something we plan on doing?
Yes, it's going to be an annual event as a fundraiser for the Ron Spike Wellness Center at the Sheriff's Institute camp.
Now, we got to take a break here pretty soon. I do want to get an update with the county. But before that, I want to talk about the wellness camp because we have so many people talking about this. I'm glad you're doing fundraisers. I know I ask every time, how can we help? What's the updates?
Yeah, so it's really moving now. Where we, our executive director of 50 years or whatever it is, Chris O'Brien, has been the executive director of the Institute forever. He's retiring.
Oh, okay.
And retiring Sheriff Craig Apple of Albany County has agreed to take that position at the end of the year. So he brings with him an infusion of energy, and it's full steam ahead.
That's great.
And we will be breaking ground this year.
Wow, that's great.
Yep.
And I know we talked about this last time, but I think it's wonderful you're working with Cuca College.
Yeah.
That was fun to talk
They're
about.
amazing partners.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Embraced it wholeheartedly. But the one this is long overdue, as you know, but this is going to be exciting when you see the groundbreaking.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's going to be the combination of a lot of work.
A lot of hard work, yeah. Is there a way that we can support it?
Yes, absolutely. Go to the New York State Sheriff's Institute website, and there's a QR code, and also you can click to donate to the Wellness Center.
Perfect. All right, we got to take a short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking after this. The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio in the studio of the Sheriff. How did all the celebrations go around 250? There's a lot of events.
There were. They went really well.
Yeah.
I was Uncle Sam.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You mentioned that.
I got a picture for you. It went very, very well, except my grandson fell asleep 5 minutes in. But, I was Uncle Sam, and my wife was Lady Liberty on the boat parade on Juanita.
Perfect.
We were all decorated up. My daughter-in-law did a great job. and she's now officially in charge for every year.
Okay, perfect. I'm sure that's what she signed up for.
Yeah.
But there were so many celebrations.
There were.
And everybody seemed to say, stay safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knock on wood, we didn't have any real injuries. And honestly, we made it through without any fatalities on the roadway. Skylar, I think, had one, but we were very, very lucky.
Yeah.
Very, very lucky, because that's always a concern with the 4th of July, especially when it is on the weekend.
Yes, yes. Well, that's great. So many celebrations, and it's been fun. I know we talked about it last time. It's been fun to see people kind of getting behind this.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, it is.
So I always check your newsletter before we do this. The school resource officers, you recently had quite a few retirements.
We did.
So
Yep.
what does that look like? Because we've talked about the importance of the officers in the schools. How do you fill those places?
So again, we fill those with retired police officers.
Right.
So when somebody retires, we reach out and say, hey, if you get bored, keep us in mind.
Right.
And that's typically what happens is about 6 months after retirement, they start thinking, okay, I got to find something to do.
Yeah.
And it's an easy slide back in for them. But a couple of our schools are going from 2 to 1 for at least in the short term. And we'll continue to try and fill those as best we can across. Avoca School hasn't had one in 2 years. They're going to get one this year coming up. And there's some other ones that haven't that will, and some that had 2 will have 1. And it's just an ever.
Just a moving around.
It is. It's just moving the game pieces around.
Yeah. And as always, we ask corrections officers, how's things going there?
We're good. I think we're still 10 or 11 down, but we're still hiring, and we're, again, you'll hire 3 and end up with 2, and then somebody else will retire, but we're making progress, slowly but surely making progress.
That's great.
And the same thing with the deputies.
All right, we got to take a short break. I keep forgetting. I got to ask our update with the county. Everybody's staying tuned for that, so that's coming up when we return. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this, wrapping up today's edition. The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. In that studio, the sheriff. Hey, boy, again, Gary Gray. The two of you are great together. Great job, Frankie.
I think Gary wants to come on.
I know. Anytime. you got my number. I don't really want to lose my job, but so many nice comments. Thank you. Sheriff Allard and his staff does a superior job in Steuben County. Thank you. That's another nice one.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Comments. Okay, as we've been saying all morning, and I just finally got around to it, what's the updates with the county?
So it's ongoing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still ongoing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. Talk to you next month. I did want to mention this, and we've got a lot of interest in this. The golf tournament.
Yeah.
This was a huge success. Well, for 10 years now.
Right.
Can you believe it's been 10 years?
I can believe it's been 10 years. So this is what becomes very difficult for me is remembering what year I started things.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Right? Because we do the memorial service and we do the golf tournament to fund that and to fund the memorial park, but also to fund the Sheriff's Foundation. And then somebody will say, well, what year did you start this? And I'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah. 10 years.
Yeah.
I think we've been promoting this since the beginning on TV or radio.
Yeah.
So what do people need to know if they want to sign up?
If they want to sign up, all they got to do is contact Terry Moore at my office and have one either current or retired law enforcement member of any branch and or any service, and they can come play and have a great time.
And it's Friday, August 28th at Twin Hickory. And if it's easier, you could just contact me. I can make a copy and email it to you. So you see the number on the bottom of the screen. I'd be happy to send
catering, Corning Catering is doing the banquet.
So there'll be plenty of food. You get your money's worth on that.
Plenty of food, and it'll be good food.
Yeah. And that's such a beautiful course.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up. It takes me back to the old Pinnacle days a little bit.
Reminds me exactly because just the hills and overlooking the valley. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good reference there.
Yeah.
I know summer's, I don't want to keep saying that, winding down. It's midway.
Midway. We're halfway there.
Yeah. The boater safety course. I know this has been kind of an ongoing thing. Some people still maybe not realizing that they have to take the boater safety course.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. What's new there? Do you have any classes coming up?
Yeah, there's 2 this weekend, and they're already full. But there'll be another one in September and another one in October.
Okay.
So reach out to my office and they'll get you on the list.
Okay. And let's see, another comment. Thank you, Sheriff Allard, for all you do for Steuben County and continued strength. Isn't that nice?
That's very nice. Thank you very much.
Your whole family is watching this.
I know.
Isn't that so nice? Now, you had mentioned earlier about looking for grants. I know we talked, I think, the last time, just before we go, more deputies, looking for more deputies.
Yeah, actually, the legislature voted unanimously to add on more deputies yesterday. So, big thanks to them for continuing to support our mission. The undersheriff, the new undersheriff, Brian Logston, did a phenomenal job of breaking down response times, assets, call volume. For example, I didn't even realize since bail reform, our call volume has gone up 15%.
Makes sense.
It does make sense. And, he looked at response times throughout the county and different times and different patrol zones. We have 3 patrol zones in the county. Each one's roughly 500 square miles. So the goal is to have 2 deputies in each patrol zone at any given time. So that's what we proposed to the legislature, and we received tremendous support. Okay. So I got to thank them for that.
That's great. And I almost forgot this. We had this from a viewer earlier. They have a concern about a local, what they're calling a large government kind of run agency and its billing practices. They want to know more about it. Who do they contact when you see something like that?
I'm not sure what they're asking.
Well, so basically they said that there's a big concern about a local large government run agency and its billing practices. I don't know if it's a fraud issue. What do they do in something like that? Do you know?
So again, they can contact us. If they think there's a criminal fraud occurring, they can contact us. They can contact the district attorney's office.
Gotcha.
Or they can contact the New York State Comptroller.
Okay, well that does it. I just didn't know. The viewers did a nice job putting that together, and I just kind of breezed through it quickly. I think we covered everything, and then some.
Yeah, I just want to point out this is my 3rd time where I haven't knocked anything.
Something over.
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
See, I can improve.
Yeah, that's hard to believe, but don't push it right now.
I know.
You jinx yourself. Well, thanks for giving us so much time. Let's do this again soon, and we'll see you at the fair.
Yes, we'll see you at the fair, and thank you.
And the golf tournament. All right. Join us tomorrow. We have Mayor John Buckley. Bye. Speaking of which.
Yes, I'll be on the Pulse this weekend.
1 o'clock on Saturday, 1 o'clock Sunday, WLEA. So don't miss the Sheriff on. And have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, with Frankly Speaking.